What's good, everybody? It is your host, Mr. Seal, aka Nick the Geek, back with another episode of Put It in the Cart podcast. I can't edit that out, and this is like the second time I filmed this, so I can't believe I messed up in that part. But whatever, we're just gonna keep rolling with the punches. Basically, this is episode two, and this is just a haul video and weekly update of what's released versus what's coming out, and if it's worthy or not to put in the cart. And then on top of that, basically, this is going to be doing a little, things a little bit different this time around because it's just me. Shout out to the rest of the gang, rest of the squad. Dark Joker is in, Ivan on Holy Chaos, Commander Kit Bash, Victor the Merc, Jesus. Shout out to everybody. They're just enjoying their weekend, so I just figured I would do this instead and try to get more acclimated to having to do things on my own, just in case. But yeah, we're basically just going to be going through a haul that I've had in mind to show off for a while. The new series, the new Mobile Suit Gundam series, Witch from Mercury, and just few random photos from Storm Collectibles that I've seen online from a few friends. So without further ado, let's definitely get into it. First things first, I noticed that people had, or I posted up on Instagram that it basically had like this massive haul to show off. So I got random figures from random people, random stores, random sites, and I guess I'll just jump into it. The first one being, I don't have his right arm on, so I might as well just put that on because I don't know why I just had it off. Just even the simple fact that, like I said, I've already filmed this once and it didn't record, so I got to film all this again. So I don't know why I didn't put it back on. But this Kang figure is it's not a bad figure. It's like definitely one of the top Marvel Legends uh that I've seen in a while. That's not X-Men related. That I definitely wanted to get. Um, love the head sculpt on it. Love the movement, the articulation, the range of motion, everything. Like it's just a dope figure. Then on top of that, it's just it's Kang the Conqueror. Like who doesn't love Kang the Conqueror? Like the ultimate Time Lord. So a Doctor Who reference for anybody who caught that. So basically, had to get this. Shout out to Avenger Vastly, phenomenal artist and a phenomenal friend and a little brother. And he basically hooked me up with this figure. So I was just like, no, I definitely need this figure. And then on top of that, Mr. Dante Graystar Joker's in is 3D printing a hover chair for Kang. So I keep bugging him about that, but I'm super excited about that because I'm just like, yo, Kang needs this hover chair. Next up, we have the Atomic Farley Endeavor figure. I like this figure. It's not a bad figure for 25 bucks. Definitely not bad. Considering the fact that Atomic Farley is like kind of like sculpture and like statue heavy and stuff like that. The details in the figure, especially the texture on the legs, the flames, how they're translucent, even the translucent flame piece on Endeavor's face is actually like it's pretty good. It's the only gripes that I do have is just it's single jointed, and then on top of that, basically I want to say like the fixed hands. He doesn't come with any other extra hands or whatever. So, I mean, for 25 bucks, it wasn't that bad. I do know that they have the Yamaguchi one that they just released, mock-up pictures of, and that one does look dope. Don't get me wrong, but the face scope on it, I'm not a fan of it. It looks like the flame piece is just like one molded piece to the head, like one molded piece altogether, and it looks like that piece was painted. So I would have liked if Yamaguchi would have definitely made that part translucent. Um, I'm pretty sure customizers and people who kit bash are just gonna end up either getting like statues and just chopping the heads off, putting them on that figure, just coming out with their own version of head sculpts in general. So definitely excited about that. But at the same time, like for 25 bucks, I'm definitely gonna do some stuff with Endeavor for sure. Um, can't wait to use that figure as much to the best of my ability because it is McFarlane. So love hate there. Next up, I got this Figma K-On figure from eBay from a seller for like 35 in Akihabara. Never watched the anime, super curious about it. But I do know that a majority of these characters come with instruments. So it's just like that's even the best part about it because I actually want to army build and world build a lot of these characters, especially with the Figma and the K-On ones that have the instruments, because that brings me up to my next figures that I actually want to use a lot of them with. Conti Red and Conti Blue. Like definitely have been waiting for these figures. The articulation on them is like top notch. Made by some of like the best toy companies, Sentinel, which happens to be sister company of 1,000 Toys, or it's either or, can't remember. Um, I do know that Reobone had the Conti figures, but they had the one where the jacket was molded on. This one, Conti, is just kind of bare. He does come with a removable cloth cape, which is a dope add-on accessory in general. But I figured, like, why not? I'll probably just buy the G-Spot jackets and just suit up Conti and just have them like dripped up, dripped out. Definitely gonna do that. Um, what else? A lot of this stuff, by the way, a majority of it, except for Kang and Endeavor. Those were from, like I said, Kang was from Avenger Vastly, Endeavor was from Walmart. A lot of this other stuff is from Big Bad Toy Store, like my pile of loot, just really just sitting on this for a long time. So there was that. Uh, got Super Saiyan 3. I don't know if you can really see him, but pretty much loving this figure. I had it once before, but at the same time, I had to get rid of him because I wasn't too keen about it. So this time around, I was just like, let me go ahead and get him because I'm just trying to add to my Goku collection. Um, and then speaking of Goku, the figure of the year itself, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Definitely love this figure. Um, man, honestly, it's weird because this is Goku. Everybody knows it's Goku, but it doesn't feel like a Goku SH Fig Arts, like which is like the dope, amazing thing. But it's so weird because it's just like, basically when you go to a store or Target or you order like any import figure of Goku, you already know what you're getting. But the Super Saiyan 4 in general was just like, yo, this is a whole new figure. Like, this, you sure it's the same dude? So it's just like, definitely loving what SHF did with that one. It's a step in the right direction. Uh, I'm not going to go ahead and say, it is top 10. I'll say that. It's top 10. I won't say it's number one, but it is top 10 material. But I will say it is like one of the top SHF figures and the top Dragon Ball figure at this moment. Like, I will say that. So definitely high praises for this figure indeed, because Super Saiyan 4 is just one of those forms that we all kind of grew up with, despite how everybody's like, GT's not canon. So it's just like, it was still a dope form that everybody fell in love with. Um, so I was excited to get this figure for sure. The next one up is my Muckman from Super 7. I know everybody has like a huge love-hate relationship with Super 7. It's not a bad company. They could do a hell of a lot better in a lot of areas, but I'll just say that for now. But when it comes to like the turtle stuff, I'm not a diehard fanatic when it comes to the turtle line, but some of the characters are like must-haves for me because it's just like, especially when I'm trying to go for my collection, I'm trying to mix in match various forms of or different figures from the 87 Team and Team 2 era. So when it comes to like super bulked out mutants or stuff like that, I figure Super 7, considering the fact that they try to replicate or recreate what we've had so long ago in the previous Playmate old school OG toys, I figured they would stay true to that. And most of those characters were already bulky from the get go or big in general. Or in a weird way, they weren't kind of like, super big, but it was just like they gave that presence, like these were bigger than the turtles, even though they all were kind of same size, like straight across the board. So it was just like I figured like some of the mutants in particular that I really want are like, which I already have. I have Baxter. I just showed you Muckman. Uh, Mutagen Man is definitely one I want to get. For sure, for sure. I'm really thinking about getting the Bebop and Rocksteady. I have the NECA versions, but I'm like, I kind of need Bebop and Rocksteady to be huge. So, um, but it's like the same thing with the NECA ones. Like, uh, I didn't want to get the Toon Turtles because I'm not a fan of the NECA ones. I still think, and I will die on this hill till the end of time. I still think the SHF ones are like the best Toon Turtles across the board. Uh, As far as the foot soldiers, though, I mean, of course, you could get the Super 7 ones, but I decided to get, like, Army Build the NECA ones for sure. Shredder is, like, from the NECA line. Some of the mutants or some of the characters from the NECA line I'll actually get, but just for my collection needs, if there's, like, super characters again, like I said, I need them to be, like, mutants, like monstrous mutants, I'll definitely go ahead and get some from the Super 7 line because, like I said, those are actually, some of them are actually pretty cool and pretty detailed. Like I just showed you Muckman. It's actually a pretty phenomenal, like, huge figure. So the next one up is Mondo Gecko for sure. Got him. Seen the NECA one. Wasn't too much of a fan of it. I don't know. I guess like the design just to me just kind of looked derpy for some reason, and like the paint was kind of flat. Even though that one does kind of beat it in articulation and range of motion, because the next one actually does have an ab crunch, and I've only seen reviews of the Mondo Gecko one, and supposedly they said that pretty much I guess Super Seven is uh, starting to add in ball joints of the torso or some kind of articulation, because I guess Shredder, the Foot Ninja, of course the Turtles don't have it. Bebop and Rocksteady don't have it. They're all solid in that area. Baxter doesn't have any articulation, but supposedly Casey Jones and Mondo have like ball joints at the waist. So there is that. So I guess that was something to look forward to. And then let me see what else. Oh, also definitely had to get the Doro Hedoro 1/6 figure of Ibizu. I wouldn't say like I'm not really a 1/6 fan, but considering the fact that 3-0 more than likely is probably going to come out with a whole line of characters from Doro Hedoro, I was just like, I'm probably going to be all in on this line. And on top of that, it's just like, they did come out with some of the manga versions like a few years ago, and I was so late to jump on those, and I was just like, damn. And now they're super expensive. So once they announced that they were actually coming out with the anime versions, I was just like, no, I'm just going to go ahead and jump on it for sure. So I had got that one, pre-ordered it. I haven't opened it yet. A lot of these figures I haven't opened yet. I think out of all these, the only ones I've opened were Super Saiyan 4, Conti Red, uh, Endeavor, and Kang the Conqueror. Everything else, like I haven't opened up at all. So I'm trying to think. Is that everything that I showed? I believe so. Um, oh, and then these. I'll find some way to put like these assembled in the video, but these are like $3, $3 to $5 um 30-minute mission packs that let you build effects uh and or I want to say mecha base or cityscapes. So buildings, towers, freeway ramps, stuff like that. You could get these. I'll try to find the name of these kits, but you could get these for like $3 to $5, and it's honestly like they're some of the best things I've came across, because it's just like they're super affordable. If you want to like, I want to say like kit build to where you have your own landscape, it really won't cost you that much to do anything. And then on top of that, the special effects, you can use them for almost any other figure across the board. So I'm definitely excited to get more of those, because I have like a fad with taking Gundam shots now. Um, and then on top of that, like most pictures that involve like kaiju, Evangelion, Gundam, uh, anything of that nature, for the most part, it's basically, you can use these buildings all together. So there's that. Um, I think, and that is it for the most part. So without further ado, we're going to go into the next bit, which happens to be the Gundam Witch Mercury. So I'm just going ahead and just screen share on that one. So a few months ago, no, last year, I want to say it was announced that Mobile Suit Gundam was coming out with a new series, and it was titled Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury. And judging off the name of that, everybody had thought, like, is it going to be a show that involves a female protagonist, antagonist? What's it about? Is it going to be set in the UC timeline, the AC timeline, the corrected timeline? Nobody had any kind of information of what this series was about to be about, except for the title and name. Then, a few days ago, they actually shared pretty much a lot of information. Well, it's still not a lot of information, but just enough to arouse that curiosity for now, which I'm going to actually show in a second. So we got like a teaser trailer. Go ahead and play that for you guys right quick. Definitely loving the animation in this one, for sure, for sure. Also loving the fact that this Gundam series is again involving kids, because I feel like the message that these animes try to convey when it comes to children in war really proves a point, especially with iron-blooded orphans. So definitely, excited about this. Like I said, the Witch from Mercury happens to be a badass name, so I was like super amped for it. And then on top of that, we have information about the three kits that they released. They're all high grades across the board, so definitely excited about that. This one, which is the first one, is the Gundam Ario or the Gundam Aero, depending on how you pronounce it. Your standard Gundam colors: red, white, blue, and yellow. There are a few pieces that happen to be translucent, which I'm actually liking a lot. So this part right here, this part right here, this part right here. And then on the back, it looks like it'll have like gold foil pieces or gold foil decals that you put in just to make it seem like it's actually binary or something like that. I'm loving the shield on this one. The beam rifle, not so much. It is doable. It's manageable. I could see me using it, but not that much though, depending on what I'm doing with this kit. But the shield, for sure, for sure. Um, this girl's thick. I will say that though. Like they did. I see where a lot of people are saying like, oh, it reminds me of G Reco or Iron Blooded Orphans or Gundam Double O or Double C. Like I've seen like a lot of people like make a lot of these comparisons, and I'm just like I could kind of see that. Um, Still kind of iffy about the whole high heel situation when it comes to Gundams. I feel like it's hit and miss with a lot of mobile suits. But I mean, I'm with a lot of other people. I'm just waiting to see this mobile suit in action, so I can see the durability and the mobility of it to see if it makes sense and be like, okay, I guess I'll just like it more on top of that. But definitely liking this. It looks like the backpack port is, or it looks like there is a port for to put a backpack on, or put it on a stand. I'm assuming, but I would assume they would put that on the bottom. So definitely, I guess gonna have to wait and see more about that. The V fin on this one, this mixed with this, like I honestly, it's just a lot of like dope mechanics and like the Asiatics and design of this Gundam. Like I'm super in love with it. So I can't wait for this kit for sure to come out. Definitely excited about it. Then the next one is going to be the Gundam Wilfred. I keep wanting to say Lilith. I don't know why. Wilfred. I don't know how you pronounce it, but we'll just go with that. Um, your standard kit, the beam rifle doesn't look like it's finished. Not too much of a fan about that one. The articulation on the legs though looks like it's going to be a perfect thing. The shield, I'm not a fan of that. I mean, it looks like you could do more with it. I mean, just all white kits or just all white pieces of mobile suits kind of just irritate me anyway. Um, no V fin on this one, but it looks like it will have clear translucent parts to where you might be able to see a thing or two, not too much. But I'm guessing either this might be a prototype to the Aerial or it might be a grunt suit. So we'll just have to wait and see till we get more information about that. Um, but yeah, it looks like a pretty legit kit though. The back of it, super curious about what can fit into this or what could be hooked up to the backpack. They haven't, like I said, they haven't revealed anything except for just pictures of these, and that's about it. This one also has the high heel thing going on too as well. So there's only two pictures of that. And then the one I'm super excited about, which I still can't pronounce the name for the life of me, is the Bajur View. I think it's how you pronounce it, but I'm assuming we're probably not going to hear anything about the name for like a few more months now. Um, I definitely getting a lot of like Haman Khan Cubely vibes from this mixed with the Vidar and the Kamaris. Like I'm definitely getting all these vibes mixed into one. I'm loving the fact, especially how it looks like it has talons, not high heels, and maybe this part might be able to unfold from the back. Like if I had to make a guess, it seems like any of this could just, in fact, just kind of fold up together. I might be a little bit off, but who knows? Um, Definitely excited but curious about all this and mechanics of it. Really wanting to see how it works in the anime. So until we see anything else, this is pretty much all we got for now. But these are like the standard three kits that they've announced that they're going to come out with for the Witch from Mercury series. And then they've also stated that they plan on coming out with a master grid version of the Gundam Mario. So they haven't shown any pictures about that, but maybe in another video, definitely cover it. So there's that. And then last but not least, which is the Storm Collectible stuff. And I want to say pretty much shout out to my friend Chris De Castillo because he was the one who took these pictures and the internet never sleeps. And lo and behold, he just had everybody run off with his pictures. So I do want to say he is the first person who took all these pictures. And again, I thank you and appreciate you, sir. Um, but yeah, like the first picture that we see right now is Ken the Eagle from the Gotchaman team. Definitely feeling this figure instant buy, but I'm not feeling the cape. For Storm Collectibles, I figure that it's this time around they really need to start doing stuff for cloth goods. And for a figure like this, you don't need a plastic cape. It really is just gonna look funky, like you won't be able to pose it anyway. But hopefully it'll be able to come off real easy, which I'm pretty sure it will. So by that point in time, customizers are just going to be able to make their own. But definitely looking forward to this figure as well as the whole Science Ninja team, of course. Then we have Bucky the Grappler. Like I know a lot of people are like super excited about this. Uh, Dark Joker, Dante Grace. I know he's one of them as well. Um, it looks like a pretty legit figure. I mean, compared to the King and Osprey figures, this one looks pretty legit. Like has like the diaphragm, which has like ball joint or something like that, of course. Um, Cloth goods in the shorts. Definitely excited about that. Hopefully they make Yorjiro, but who knows what'll happen with that. Fingers crossed. But I know everybody's excited about this. So, great thing about this, you could easily pit Baki up against anybody in Storm Collectibles, and it will totally make sense. Street Fighter, Doc Stalkers, Mortal Kombat. Um, who else do we got? The Guilty Gear line they just announced. Uh, Final Fight, Streets of Rage, not Final Fight, but Streets of Rage, King of Fighters. I mean, the list goes on with this character. So it's just like I'm definitely excited that they're coming out with a Baki, and it's been so long because we've needed an updated Baki for so long. So you know, definitely excited about that. The next one, so Bad Guy, loving the chunky thick boy. Not really too keen on the face. I mean, the face is all right, but it seems like it could be better. But curious on how they're gonna do um, a majority of his weapons and his effect pieces, but we'll see how that goes. Don't know if it's going to be soft rubber overlay, but it looks like it might be, considering the fact that so it's kind of a swole dude flexing on people. So hopefully they work around with that. Another picture. So I forgot who this character is, and I have not played King of Fighters in a long time, so I apologize to everybody out there. She does look good. At the same time, like um trying to see, like I'm they gave her like ball joints. I don't know if anybody can sit up there and correct me. I don't own any sort of collectibles, so I don't know if any other female characters like this, but she doesn't have the standard joints like most characters. So she seems like she's single jointed. So I don't know how much hindrance that's going to be to her, but it doesn't seem like Storm has too much of a problem with that. So there's that. You have Devil Jin, Paul with the flat top from Tekken, Akira from Virtual Fighter. Then you have Ares, if I'm not mistaken, from Injustice. So just more reveals. This Paul does look nice. If anything, I'm kind of mad that they came out with Paul, but I do hope that they do come out with Steve Fox, because it's just like I don't know how Storm Collectibles comes out with Mike Tyson and Ali, but they don't come out with Steve. But I don't know. It's just another topic in itself. So, and then it's back to Voltron, and then pretty much it. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the most part. But on top of that, that's pretty much it. So like I said, this week's episode is super short. Not a whole lot going on. Me by myself to do this, and kind of clap it up for myself, because at first I thought I was gonna be nervous about doing this, but then I was just like, hey, wait a minute, you can't be nervous if it's just you. You have nobody to mess up in front of. So hey, it's pre-recorded, so let's go ahead and do it. So you know what? Glad I got to get that out of my system, because there might be times where I might have to do this again. So but yeah, this is episode 2 of Put It in the Cart podcast. Basically, you enjoy it. This should be up no later than late Saturday night, Sunday morning. And from this, I'm gonna say starting this week, you should be able to see I guess not in-depth toy reviews, but just toy review videos from me. So I'm gonna start popping those out from now. Try to give you guys more toy related content. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the video. Let me know if pretty much the HD Witch from Mercury kits, if they are put them in the cart material or not put them in the cart material. And what about the Storm figures? Are those put them in the cart material? Would you buy them? Would you add them to the cart? Would you hold off on them? I want to know in the comments, So go ahead and just, send me your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, pretty much everybody have a blessed weekend. Um, Stay collecting, continue to be humble, and just, pretty much just do you and have fun. Peace.